This video is sponsored by Aura, almost every internet safety tool you'll ever need all inside one app. Today Sigma have announced a new lens, and then they announced another one, and then another one. A lot of lenses in one day. Brand new full frame 50mm f2 DC DN Contemporary, amazing tiny little ultra wide angle 17mm f4 full frame prime, and this neat 23mm f1.4 DC DN APS-C lens. I had all three lenses on loan from Sigma UK for only a short period of time to make this video about them. A little bit too short period of time to do my usual detailed individual reviews with huge amount of samples shot with each lens. So in this video instead, I'll give you some general info about all these three new lenses, what they are like and what they are going to cost to buy. So don't skip, keep watching to find out more about them. Thanks to Sigma UK for letting me to play with these three brand new lenses, but as always I was not paid or asked to say anything specific about them, and everything you're going to see here is my own and honest, unbiased opinion about these lenses. I'll be making full, detailed, usual reviews of each of these lenses individually very soon, so please subscribe and hit that bell button to get notifications of my future videos so you won't miss those videos. 17mm f4 DC DN Contemporary. It will be available in Sony E and L mount versions like all Sigma lenses. It is a full frame lens, first 17mm lens in Sigma's catalog, and the first thing you notice about it is how small it is. This literally looks like a macro 4/3 or a vintage lens. Very cool. It is only f4, the widest aperture is only f4, but I think personally this is a perfect lens for landscape or architecture, and as long as you shoot in daytime, f4 is never going to be a problem. This only could be a small issue if you need a low light fast performer. In that case this might not be it, but considering how well modern cameras perform with high ISO settings these days, this is almost irrelevant in my opinion. It is an ultra sharp lens, edge to edge superb performance, and a focal range that is fun to shoot with. Not only great for that wall to wall wide angle, but also getting super close to your subject. Most ultra wide angle lenses can focus close, and this one is no exception with minimum focusing distance of just 12 centimeters. Really impressive all round performer. It produces some chromatic aberration. Not unusual, but chromatic aberration and the sharpness are truly under control, hugely probably due to the minimum aperture being only f4. He has got now familiar contemporary all metal design with manual aperture ring control and auto manual focus switch. 55mm filter thread, same as 24, 45 and 90mm lenses in the series. It is, however, the smallest one, weighing only 225 grams. Tiny. It also has the weather sealing, protecting it from light rain or dust. It will retail for £549 or $599. Not exactly dirt cheap, but considering how good quality it delivers, how versatile, small and light it is, very good value for money. And this is the sponsored message. Anyone can find anything on the internet, including your full legal name, your personal email, your home address, phone number, and even your relatives. This information is accessible because of data brokers who profit by selling your information to robocallers, telemarketers, spammers, and anyone else that wants to learn more about you. Aura will identify data brokers that are exposing your information and automatically submit opt-out requests on your behalf. They'll even opt you out of junk mail and telemarketing lists. Aura also monitors your emails and passwords to see if they were involved in a data breach and exposed on the dark web, and gives you recommendations on what to do. If you sign up right now, Aura will give you a 2-week free trial with my link. You'll be shocked at how much of your private information Aura can find exposed over those 2 weeks. Go to https://aura.com/pathz to start your free trial. Also linked below in the description, or simply scan this QR code. And back to the main video. Next, is this 23mm f1.4 APS-C lens. This is 35mm equivalent on the full frame camera and will be available in Sony E, L mount and also in Fuji X mount. This is joining already very popular APS-C f1.4 primes in the series, the 16, 30 and 56mm. As expected, it delivers outstanding results across the board. Although it is a very budget-friendly lens, in my opinion, it is right up there with art lenses when it comes to the quality it delivers. This wide aperture of f1.4 makes it a perfect lens for those times when you want to separate your subject from the background, and it does create that Sigma classic smooth and creamy bokeh blurred background. This is the lens that is just perfect as an everyday lens and a focal length that is suitable for all kinds of shooting scenarios. It ticks literally all boxes. Super sharp, check. Fast autofocus, check. Great image quality, check. Small, light and affordable, check. Although it is a different size, it matches the look of others in the series. It weighs a very respectful for f1.4 prime, 340 grams. There's no switches on the lens at all, less complicated, and it is made out of tough, durable Sigma's standard tough plastic. Large manual smooth focus ring and small front glass element with a 52mm filter thread. It will retail for £450 or $549. Very good price for a high quality f1.4 prime. And lastly, we have this 50mm f2 DC DN Contemporary lens, one focal length that was long overdue from the I series. This is a full frame lens and it will be available in L mount and Sony E. I've said it many times before here on my channel, I do love 50mm focal length. It is a focal length that I always feel the most comfortable shooting with. This 50mm is not disappointing. There's just something special about it, something that reminds me of old school vintage nifty 50s. Only f2 minimum aperture, but in the real world this is not a problem or limitation, unless you are a lens snob and you have to shoot everything at f1.4 or even f1.2. This f2 gives amazing subject to background separation, beautiful bokeh, and this lens is ultra sharp, edge to edge. Even though it follows in the footsteps of recently released new 50mm f1.4 art from Sigma, this is a very capable contender to compete with the big f1.4 daddy. I would have no issues shooting with it professionally all day long. Perfect 50mm choice when the size and the weight are on top of your list of concerns. This is decent size and decent weight. Standalone lens for everyday usage or as just one lens for everything. This really delivers on all fronts. There is some chromatic aberration visible wide open, not unusual or a problem. Overall performance this lens delivers is simply outstanding. Same design as all other I series lenses, that all metal construction and the vintage lens vibe going on. Simple auto manual focus switch and manual aperture ring. Really good size lens overall. It is only a few millimeters longer than Sigma's 35mm f2 lens and it weighs only 350 grams. Weather sealed and the filter size of 58mm. The price £619 here in UK or $639 in US. Marginally cheaper than the f1.4 art lens, but if you are L mount Lumix user, you have an excellent Lumix 50mm f1.8 to compete with it, which is much cheaper. If you want matching optical quality and matching exterior design to other I series Sigma lenses, then this is no brainer. Especially if you already have 35mm and 90mm lenses, this will perfectly fill that gap, the focal gap. I really like it. Very nice, nifty 50. And this is it from me on this occasion. I'll be making more detailed individual reviews with more samples shot with all three of these lenses very soon. So please consider subscribing, follow me on Instagram, and thank you for watching and see you next time. This wide aperture of and I made a mistake again because mistakes are human. I'm a human. 3 lenses. I should try juggling them, but if I drop one, would not be popular at Sigma UK. I do shoot people for a living with a camera, of course, obviously. And if you fancy this kind of merchandise and you would like to support the channel, the links are below. Buy me a coffee or whatever. Thank you for watching.